Hello everybody,
Hello, hello.
how you all doing? And welcome to another Wednesday afternoon Generation Zero stream. Of course, myself, Graham.
And I am TK or Matt.
Yes. Hello. So yes, today's stream is going to be answering your QA.
Oh,
Q&A. Oh, you let the
There we
computer
go.
go to sleep.
sleepy computer.
Answering Q&A like we normally do, having a chat with you folks, and going away through some of the new changes in the update. So, primarily exploring the first island, see some of this new stuff that's been scattered around by Björn, who you met last week, and some of the other game design team. So, might as well fire up. You'll see you've gone with your Metalhead again.
Yep, so
Yep.
brand new, obviously.
I guess I can talk to PlayStation folks as well. There's going to be more information coming out on social media after the stream. We're still hard at work on fixing the PS4 issues right now. We'll keep you up to date as soon as we have a resolution ready for you, but it's getting all of our attention at the moment on the stream. So we're very sorry for the trouble you're getting there. Nice t-shirt, Graham. Want. Speaking of this t-shirt, these are goodies that we have to give away to the community.
Yee-hoo.
So, yeah, watch this space. Once we've got the PS4 stuff fixed up and everyone can play and enjoy the game as it should be, I will be doing some competitions on our social media, our Discord, all the places where you can expect to chat to us, and we'll be giving away some of these. So, keep an eye on that. It's quite nice. It's got like a big tank at the front,
Party
like
out
arm
back.
stuff, Generation Zero logo on the back.
Nice.
Nice. I can add some of my mum that started a modelling career. How good's that?
That's good. Add that to the CV.
Yeah.
It's serious time. I get the jewelry off.
General bugs, Criminal Stew, that's still something that we're continuously doing, continually working on. There's always going to be bug improvements. We don't think we're done with that yet by any means. There's a lot more stuff to do. We're doing everything we can as quick as we can. It's just a matter of the time, really. It's, you know, you can't boil an egg any faster than it takes to boil an egg. It's just the time we need right now. But of course, short-term priority is for PS4 users because they're having a lot of difficulties even playing at all right now due to our recent updates. So that's absolutely our sort of short-term highest priority. And it shouldn't take too much longer to get that resolved.
Oi, look,
Yes.
there's
Afternoon from Darlana. I saw a Cornwall shout-out as well. I love Cornwall. Like me a good cream tea. Have you been?
no.
No.
I don't know.
So there's a bit of competition. Cream tea. There's a bit of argy-bargy between Devon and Cornwall over the whole cream tea situation.
So this is actually, I'm just going to say, this is cool for me because I don't work with Generation Zero apart from these streams. So all this is actually new for me. And
So you're playing almost if you were a new player.
exactly, and like so, this is new.
Straight
I
away,
believe.
this
I
is
believe,
new.
I believe that's
Go and
new.
have a look at it. Because a lot of these,
Whoa.
a lot of these things, you know, the story is told in looking at stuff.
Oops, what am I doing? I'm just going to switch this to no one can join. No one can join.
Nobody.
There we go.
Okay. Do we have motion blur on? To give it a wiggle.
Actually, it's brand new, so probably.
Okay,
Probably.
'cause that's the first thing I know that folks will comment on is, no, I don't like motion blur.
Turn it off.
I know you don't see it. You're motion blur blind, but I
am.
see it.
We're over there. It is.
There you
Oh,
go.
beautiful. We're looking after you. We're looking after you.
Yeah.
All right,
So
finally.
yeah, this is new. Obviously, something went horribly there. Probably people were trying to escape on a ferry boat or something and potentially got shot down.
I
Makes
think
sense.
so.
It's next to a dock. And these are the kind of like environmental storytelling you're going to see more of since the update. Our team has spent a lot trying to flesh out the feeling of the world, make it feel more lived in. Was a comment that we received a lot from.
I'm just going to put my own story here. Maybe they saw ET, saw a ramp here, and thought potentially they could make it to Finland or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But,
I can see that.
yeah.
Sorry, roll back to previous versions we can at least play. That's something that we looked into as an option, Northlander. Unfortunately, the process of rolling it back would probably be longer-winded than us fixing it and deploying the fix. So it was, of course, something we considered, but it didn't make sense in this case. Viper Solar says they love the visual storytelling. And that's the important thing. I mean, it pays to look around in Generation Zero, particularly more so now, and even more so as we continue further updates. You know, you don't necessarily get cutscenes and videos showing you the story, but we do tell you the story that you will have to find as you go around. My birthday is in 2 days. My birthday was 2 days ago, almost. Well, 3 days. Happy birthday, 3D Pixels.
Let me see.
Vehicle's going to be a thing in the future. It's something that we've that's feedback we've listened to loud and clear. We know you folks would like to see vehicles. Again, May update was a lot about bug fixing and some smaller quality of life tweaks. Larger things like content in the form of vehicles, new areas, new weaponry, that kind of thing. It's probably something you'll be seeing in future patches going forward from now. We've obviously got these first two out of the way.
Now, is it a bit of a placebo effect, or is there new stuff in the houses too?
Some of the houses have had some attention as well.
I
Yes.
feel like things feel fresher
Yeah.
and different. Like I was saying, is I've
Krieg Comma, I love that brochure. Did you get one through your door?
no.
I mentioned this last week's stream. You probably did. Maybe Jenny grabbed it first. So basically, Sweden, they have this...
Oh, was it the civil defence thing?
the civil defence thing.
I
yeah.
had to do an even weirder thing. Is that we went to like preschool with Wyatt or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And there was some guy that turned up with a huge big case full of stuff and was taking it very seriously, and he was just missing the pointer on the whiteboard, really. And I was like, I've been through 2 massive earthquakes. You don't need to tell me stuff. I'm out of here. Bye. Pretty much how it went. And then Wyatt and I went and played in the park. So
Yeah. But do the earthquakes have tanks?
no, they didn't cover that.
No.
That
Really?
wasn't.
It
That
was just
wasn't in
natural
it. That was
disaster?
natural disasters.
Like
Yeah.
lots of volcanoes.
Because I said to them, "What do you guys have to worry about here in Sweden? Like fires, I guess, and things like that." But and then the lady I was standing next to actually said Russians, and then but she laughed and said, "I can say that because I am Russian."
Oh, okay. Francis saying where my vehicle's at. We mentioned vehicles just a little further forward. We know that that's a big point of feedback people like to see, but the type of content such as vehicles is larger stuff that's going to take a long time to implement. These first 2 updates have been primarily about increasing the base game experience for everybody. Because we do know that there has been some issues with the game. We wanted to get them fixed, and there will still be more fixes. And that's been the focus of our first 2 patches so far.
Oh,
what are you trying to
get
do?
it sorted. I don't know if it's still up. I want to check. I'm like curious to see what's changed.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if this is still up here. And I was bad at it then, and I'm bad at it now. There's usually some goodies up here. Huh? Painful to watch. There we go. Finally. All right, goodies are still here.
Do developers have a roadmap? Sneaky backpack. You saw it here first.
Glock.
Yeah, do developers have roadmap updates in the future, or are they moving forwards based on community feedback only? Well, we're generating a roadmap from community feedback. Of course, as a the development team knows lots of core stuff that we want to do with the game. And then I'm pretty much my role is shuttling community feedback to the development team to then see how that meshes with community feedback, or what new things perhaps are coming from the community that we didn't foresee originally, and then that's all being put into the same roadmap. I'm hoping in the near future we can get a medium to longer term roadmap out to you folks, where you can see outside of the core bug fixing quality of life stuff we're doing now, what kind of content we're going to be doing in the future, that kind of thing. So put a pin in it. It's coming as soon as I feel we can get it out to you all.
Hey, there's a light all the way down there. Ooh.
Update made PS4 unplayable content game. Yes, Kathleen, we're very, very sorry for that. The team right now is hard at work fixing that. PS4 fixes right now are a priority for us. Those of you who don't know, with our May update, we unfortunately introduced a bug where PS4 players are having all kinds of trouble, and we are working on that as an absolute priority, so apologies for that.
Better just double check. Search the police car for ammo. Make sure nothing's changed. Search. Okay, yeah, so that's the same so far.
When being a client has reduced ammo drop been looked at, there's been various tweaks to ammunition and looting in the May update, so get in there and play it, see how you feel it is after those tweaks, if you feel it's still an issue. Most promised me a disappearing missions of wall hacking robots causing the game to go slow. So the missions thing should be much improved with the May update. Still not 100% done. There's still some changes to be made there, but missions have had a lot of work done on them. As far as machines jumping through the walls and things like that, that's something that we hope to hit on the head.
This is new
in June. Yes. That's new too. It's
See?
such fun watching Matt play this because he's never seen it.
I haven't seen all this.
Yeah,
so this is cool.
That's a new model actually, or one of the new police models that are in the game.
F in chat for fallen police.
Indeed. There's a glitch on open field where the rocks are flying in the air. Cringe. Is that still after the May update? Because we fixed tons of that in the May update. Loads of various floating objects have been fixed. Have you looked in since the update was done? Is that still there? F. Chat's playing their support to the fallen police officer.
Got him.
Y2XD performance, things like that are definitely something that we've been looking into. We've made some improvements which should hopefully make that less frequent, but we're not done there. There is still definitely more work to be done. I feel like weapon sway has been considerably increased, not to my knowledge. But if you feel that is the case, we can definitely get that looked into. But I haven't been informed of anything such. Rocks are still in the sky. Okay, let me scroll up then just to take a note of where it was. Aliens.
I'm just literally going through this and reading through everything. I want to see what's changed. So.
Okay, so you didn't say where the field was. Okay, I mean, the floaty stuff is something that, the team play the game all the time in testing, and we spot them, you spot them, and we kind of whack them as we see them. We did fix a whole load of them, and more specifically some of the bigger issues, such as terrain blocking off the inside of bunkers and stuff in this May update. So that should, again, be improved, but perhaps there are some still more to be fixed.
Floaties? We're talking about floaties?
Floaties.
Did we try and put toilet paper on them and then reflush?
I'm going to turn Matt's mic off. Matt, you sit in the corner. You play the game. I'm going to talk to the grown-ups over here. Yeah.
I could resist. I'm sorry.
Okay. Mites and ticks are spawning in the floor in hangs and bulkers. Thank you, Quantum. We can have a look at that if that's new behavior after the May update. In multiplayer, when I clear ticks from a house, more ticks may spawn when another player enters the house. That's interesting info there, Rudy. Thank you for letting us know. That's almost as if we set a tick for triggers to spawn when you go in, and it's perhaps spawning multiple times. So thank you for that. I will actually write that down so I can pass it on after the stream directly. Although I know that you folks in the dev team are watching. Ticks spawn.
So I don't know if some of these clues look newer, like the highlighting around them and
some
stuff.
of them, yeah.
It feels like it's more highlighty, which is the technical term from it. Actually.
Highlighty, yes.
If you look in the dev manual under highlighty, you'll see exactly that sort of stuff.
Yes. So it pays to go off the fields here. So you're doing like the normal, I'm going to do the mission thing.
Yes.
Get out there and explore. See what
you want me just
but
go? You know what? I usually go this way, so let's go this way.
Train. Yeah, let's just go see what's out there.
Yeah.
Is there a fix to PS4? Richard, fixes to PS4 are indeed coming right now. We're working on them hard as we speak. Yes, same goes to you, Masaka. PS4 is a priority at this time, so the team are hard working for it.
There was never usually anything here.
Indeed. Well, look at that.
Whoa.
So as you can see, we've got higher level hunters than you would normally see here. They're not the prototype ones. They're slightly tougher.
Uh-oh. Reload your gun before shooting, Matt. Good idea.
Yes.
Pro tip. Oh.
Oh no, firework run out. I think you might have really damaged his gun, thankfully, so that's alright.
Oh, I did. Nice. Oh, there we go.
There you go. So I got an ad when you were showing off a shirt. Okay, so this is actually going to be given out in some community competitions. I thought I'd do something fun with a photo mode, perhaps get you folks to take some shots with that. Watch our social media channels for some more information on that, and I will be giving away a bunch of these t-shirts very soon. I plan to start that today, and we plan to talk about another big community event that we wanted to do today as well, but we're putting a pin on that for now until we fix the PS4 issues. We don't want to start some nice big fun events and when poor folks on PS4 can't play at all. So we'll be kicking those off next week now, and it's worth waiting for. It's going to be super cool. Again, one is to get t-shirts, the other one is to get something that everyone will get, so that's going to be really good. There's going to be a high level on 30. It's 31 at Y2XT. It was stuck at 30 before, but we found an issue where it was stopping progressing. That's been corrected. It could expand even more in the future as we continue to develop the game, but as of now, that's where it should be. If we don't win, can they still be buyable? Unfortunately not, Kiki. They're going to be very exclusive, so just for giveaway only.
Run! I didn't pre-first aid kit.
Any word on the PC crash? I'm still crashing a few minutes. And menu reports and this is patched. Months with almost no. There's been plenty of dev responses through to be due. I know because I've been writing them. if you are still getting issues with crashes, at this stage, it is the minority that are getting these crashes, so it's something that we need to investigate more on a individual user basis. Perhaps there's a hardware configuration that we need to dig more into. So if you are having issues, please get in touch with support.generation0.com, and our support team will try and dig into that for you so we can help you out specifically. Because it is a smaller portion now of the community that are having these crashes. We can see the data of crashes that are reported to us, for example. And from all the reading that I do every day, like my job is reading everything. I can tell you it is a small, but of course vocal, because it's a very annoying issue, part of the community. So there we go. There's the address that you need to go to. And we'd love to hear from you, and we would very much like to try and help you get that fixed.
So first impressions a lot more intense.
A lot more intense?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more action, isn't
There's
there?
a lot more stuff in my face, like I have to deal with it to make some decisions.
Yes.
What is that? Another crashed car, is
Say
it?
more cool stuff to find. So as well as these things which have been like hand placed by our game designers, there's also more simulation changes that we call it.
That's a
So
tick.
random events that can appear. Well spotted. Add C4, please. It would be fun. It would indeed be fun.
Whoop.
Oh,
Get
you
out of
leaped
it.
straight over your head.
Go and get my tech injection actually soon.
Just playing on the start, I noticed a disembodied alert sound from Hunter Ticks for around for a bit. There was no direction indicator. Played on PC. Maybe worth looking into. The direction indicator, you can toggle it so it's off in combat now, I believe. I need to check the exact notes. I remember seeing something about that.
Ooh. Kitty.
So this is obviously the green car, so it's military based. So you get some
military nice stuff.
better goodies. Any new items? D Queen, if you want to see all the changes that came to PS4, please do check our social media, and you can see, or our website, generation0.com, and you can see the entire list of patch notes. It's better than asking me individually one by one, did this thing happen? Definitely check them out, because it sounds like you haven't seen them yourself yet, and perhaps you missed them. So yeah, all of this is, again, is new. It's trying to, simulating the fact that the military are fleeing or whatever, and obviously had a bad time.
Oh, I don't know if I can take two of these.
Simulation events, Cooper, is like the randomization of the enemies appearing. That's going to work in multiplayer or yours, and it's something that can happen at any time.
Oh, that was a bad idea.
What does Tree Kiwi do again? Since she doesn't play the game much or work in the game. So Tree Kiwi works mostly with
Virtual animals.
Virtual animals, yes. Our hunter games, which is what I used to do. So Matt works a lot with the Hunter Call the Wild and the Hunter Classic, but I have him here as my streaming co-pilot, just the same as I'm his streaming co-pilot on the Hunter Call the Wild Classic games. I'm like the gobby one, and you're the playy one. Yeah, that's... what's the story with a holy hand grenade? You might have seen some new Easter eggs. If you explore, you might be rewarded. An actual live stream. Can't wait to check out the update. We stream every Wednesday, same time, same place. You know where to find us.
I really need to go and get that rifle, I think. So yeah, like I'm saying, I'm liking this a lot more. I actually am forced to make some decisions now.
Yep. And you get a lot more difficulty earlier on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like before, you know.
Like if they were orange ones, I would have just gone on my pistol.
Shoot through them.
Because, you know, it would have been all good. But now the green ones, it's just too much for the pistol.
Yeah.
And I'm chewing through too many first aid kits to start with, so I need to go and get.
And of course, we are doing this a bit differently. This is kind of, we're simulating you just thinking, forget about missions, we want to run around the island, which some players do play that way. And we kind of wanted to make sure that players who do feel that way then don't go, oh my god, there's nothing here, this game, I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
So now players who do kind of avoid the mission train entirely and just want to explore can get rewarded for that.
So. Aha, okay. So is this new too? It's been split up into side and main?
I can't remember if it was on the same UI before or not. That's the kind of thing where I wouldn't know from first hand.
I'm pretty sure. I
think they were all in one before.
Yeah, I feel like it's new, and I like that. It's good.
Any thoughts on adding weapon deterioration as a feature and weapon repair kits to fix them? I think some people would love that, like the simulation aspect of it. Other people would probably hate it, that their favorite gun broke. But it's good feedback. We can definitely take on board. If I drop in a weapon in a safe house, will it stay there forever? It will not, Greg. You don't want to do that. Don't take away ammo spawns. It will take 100 ammo for decent battle with ammo. That ammo skin will suffer. We're not doing that, Jeff Rocco. We haven't taken away any ammo spawns, but you have made it so it's no longer possible to kind of cheat the system and farm the same area. Now you will have to move around the map because you can clear loot out of the areas for at least a short term. If you come back a few hours later, then you can loot the same place again, but you can't just continually fast travel to get loot or reload to get loot. You can't do that anymore.
It's just one, I think.
Nexus Skimmer, we're not talking about future content just yet. Again, we had some stuff ready to go when we were launched, of course, because we're planning for the future. But right now...
Whoa! Bad idea.
You were just saying that you had no health kits left. So Explosives also had a rework in this patch.
Things go boom.
So the way that Explosive interactive... Oh, wow.
Get out of it. Get out of it.
The way they interact with each other and the damage caused by them, etc., has received lots of attention. So as a result, the recoilless rifle, or mostly call it an RPG, because that's what most people call them nowadays, but it is a recoilless rifle,
Oh my goodness.
will feel a bit more satisfying than it has done in the past.
In some ways, this is faster. I don't have to open up doors now. Pro tip, guys, blow the cars up.
I remember when we were first showing off the game, before we launched, the cars used to destroy the loot that was inside them when they blew up, which was quite fun because we were showing the game to journalists.
Yes.
And we had this specially planned out route, you know, what the things we wanted to show them. And one of the cars was meant to have a rifle in it. We'd pick up and then show them how the rifle worked. I got a bit excited in a firefight and I accidentally blew up the car which contained the rifle that we were going to show off.
Nice.
Anything can happen. I think what I've learned from this game is that the Swedish army is weak against robots.
That's their weak spot.
Indeed.
Okay, so new grass on the road. It was a cleaner. Maybe I'm getting a bit carried away, but I'm pretty sure it was a clean road through here. A bit more character in here.
Duval Christophe, I wish my French was better, buddy. It hasn't seen use recently.
Bonjour.
We are working on the PS4 problems. We are working on it now. Sorry for the trouble.
And Duval, I was in Bordeaux last week.
Had a very nice time.
Beautiful country. This fog's cool. Not new, obviously, but cool.
So I'm just scrolling up the chat to see if I missed anything.
Got to use here flares, fireworks.
I'd like to say this game is way better than it gets credit for. Just get me back up on PS4, lol. Yeah, Jeff Rocco, that is absolutely a priority right now. I'm very sorry for the trouble. We want to get you in there playing, enjoying the new update like everybody else is. And yeah, the team is hard at work doing that right now. In that case, have you seen the secret buff to the Granat Gewehr, where you can turn rifle ammo into rocket ammo? I have not heard of that Nexus Skimmer, but that sounds like an interesting bug. We'd love to know the details on.
I wonder if I should...
That's a good idea, John. I had a great idea for looting. Why not make so everyone in the world you loot a car and it sets an alarm and alerts all the robots in the area? Did many cars have alarms in the 80s?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like no. I think early 90s, isn't it? 90s.
Yeah. Or if it was, it's only be like real fancy, like Mercedes and stuff like that.
I'm busted. Well, not yet, but soon busted.
Exposure Closer, we have never at any time said this game is in beta. It was a full release product, but we do understand that there's work for us to do to fix it. So I'm not sure where you're getting your information from, but we have never said that. We did run a beta.
I was going to say, apart from when it was literally.
Yeah. And at that point, it wasn't for sale.
You're going to stop for me? Give me a nice shot.
Oh, did Bidden enter the convo?
Bidden.
Did I see him? Someone said something about Bidden. If so, hello. I see Carney's in there. Hi, Carney. No car alarms in Sweden in the 80s. There we go, Gunda. Thanks for the info.
Yeah. I'm crouching. I was like, man, I feel short.
Missing a pause key in the settings. Do I miss it? Sometimes have to go to the toilet. There is no pause, Thomas Johansson, due to the fact it's, you know, also intended to play co-op, so there is no pause function in that respect.
Whoop. Oh, okay.
Just pretend you're a flower pot. So yeah, I mean, this is interesting seeing the juxtaposition between the military ones and the prototypes
Yep.
so soon. So the old experience was all you'd ever do is see these, and obviously you can make quick work of them. Well, then again, you've played quite a bit. But the hunters, the camo ones, they're a lot tougher. Won't military grade robots start only too much to players new to the game? We don't think so. But of course, if it does turn out to be a problem, that's the kind of thing that we would check.
I'm hoping that people realize, okay, hang on a second, like, you know, I've got some decisions to make here, which is the idea of the whole thing. Is sometimes running away is a better option
That's the
than
point.
fighting.
You don't have to fight everything.
And you know, my opinion anyway, a game shouldn't always be easy. Like you need to have a challenge and a reason to play it. Otherwise, it's you know.
Yes, I mean it's not intended. This isn't like a one of these power sim games like Wolfenstein or Doom, where you're meant to feel powerful, blowing through hordes of demons. You're the underdog here. You're not meant to necessarily be able to win every fight you come up against, and that's kind of how it should be. And also, a lot of the military stuff is off the beaten track. So if as a new player you're following the intended route through, then it should be a lot more forgiving, and then you can kind of go and explore once you've got a bit more kit.
And it forces you to have to go and get gear and you know.
Second stream straight from your mouth. I don't think that's right, Closer. I don't know if there's a language gap or something, but
clip it.
Definitely not. Yeah. Perhaps we had a beta, but we are not in beta.
Yes.
And definitely at no point in any point of sale has this been a beta.
Nope.
I don't think anyone would charge for a beta either. So no. Nothing speaks more of the 80s like Finder's Crispy Pancakes. Oh, Dillinger, there's a blast from the past. Did you have those in New Zealand?
What was it? What's right?
They're these little half-moon crescent things which are like filled pancakes with a crispy coating on them. Normally had like the ham and cheese ones, and they would remove all the skin from your mouth the second you bit into them. Photo mode is a great addition. Without bitty paws, it's going to be really hard to get good shots of music up close. How to get around that great game chat.
So
Great game chats. Yes, Ed, that's some feedback I've been seeing today. I'm going to pass on to the team. Talking about photo mode.
Oh, yeah?
Have you had a fiddle with that yet?
No, I haven't at all. How does it... You need to run me through it.
You can pop open the menu to grab it, or you can do it from the emote wheel as well, whichever you prefer.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah, photo mode.
Yes. So you can play with all these effects and
Can
filters.
I die while I'm in this mode?
Yes.
Okay.
To my knowledge, yes. It doesn't pause the game.
I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So
just like a camera, you can play the depth of field and like blur the background.
Can I move it?
No, so it locks on your frame that you're looking at.
So you look at it.
Yeah, so just look at what you take a picture of, and then it's. So I mean, it's obviously intended to be quite easy there. You just look, snap, you're done.
What's that changing? Oh,
it changes where the focus point is.
So
as if you're focusing on camera.
Here close. Yeah, I gotcha. I'm a photographic noob, so.
Okay, and then for depth of field, you can make the background sort of blur more. Yeah, that's my 80s pictures using a film camera. And depth of field, you make the background more or less blurry based upon your focus point. So.
Effects, Chrome abbreviation. What does this do? Nothing like just playing with it to work it out.
Yeah, it's a very subtle effect. That one.
Yeah, I see.
It'll cause these lighting effects around the edges.
Yeah, nice.
You'll often see that on a lens if you're taking a picture that's sort of close to a light source or something.
And how do you say this?
Vignette. It's where the edges will darken.
Yeah. Awesome.
So these are all effects that you would get on a real camera lens, depending on how you're using it. Make it noisy.
Oh, look at that.
Snowing!
It's
like when the TV set goes off in a horror movie.
Yeah.
You know? And then, of course, if you ever use Instagram, you know what filters are.
Mwah.
So they've got the olden days.
This is very cool. Oh, yeah, that's cool. I like that one cartoon.
Yeah. But yes, this is, of course, the first revision of photo mode. And the reason photo mode is here is this was a feature that was about done when we shipped the game. It just wasn't quite there. So it was quite quick for us to finish it up and get it into you in this patch, which is why it's appeared now.
I've never been up the road.
But as we take a step back away from doing all the bug fixing, which is the main priority for us right now, perhaps we can revisit based on feedback what you'd like to see changing in photo mode. So, Graham and Matt, where are you from? We are from Stockholm, Sweden.
Yep.
But not originally.
No, I'm from New Zealand.
New Zealand, and I'm from England. We find Nezza Atari Systems we can play Roboton or Space Invaders Easter egg. Problem with that, James Johnson Corin, is that Nintendo and Atari wouldn't be very happy with us. It would be cool, but not something we can do.
Right. Don't have much ammo for that, but...
Northlander 74 asked me about the Dala Hest from the Collector's Edition originally. That's something we have been looking into as a potential thing. We'll see what happens there.
Actually, sorry, I'm just going to make sure I got everything I need in case emergency arises.
Rajin Kita, I presume you're playing on PS4. That's something that we're working on fixing right now. We hope to get it fixed ASAP. Is the balance tweaks on explosive versus tanks harvesters work as intended? I can take down Phoenix versions with about 2 or 3 mines or a couple of gas containers, but now it takes 8 to 10 or even more mine/gas to take one down and a bunch of gunfire. We'll of course see what feedback is based after that. We did definitely feel that gas tanks were too strong. If we swung too hard the other way, then we can definitely, you know, bring it back a touch more. We have our closed beta testers who do give us feedback, but of course, the sheer amount of folks out there playing now, we get a lot more opinions. So it's definitely good to let us know what you think. If you think, oh, now they feel really weak, they could be a bit better, then that's certainly something we can look into adjusting further. Hello, nice updates so far. As need some plans as special buildings or extra islands to explore in the future. Mr. Out, that's definitely the kind of thing that very likely that we'd include at a future date. Yeah, I mean, as of now, again, we're focusing primarily on bug fixing and community feedback and quality of life fixes based off that, but in the future.
New binoculars, weren't they like?
Yes, they were the
A little but
this ones
yes,
before.
Yeah, like it.
Yep.
They were this ones. All right, so I see 3 tangos.
I'm suggesting that people start a whole new game after this patch. Missed the thing. It's a lot of fun. Okay. Glad to hear you enjoying it. I personally, I'm going to do a whole new playthrough as well, so I can explore the starter island as if I was a new character. I would enjoy that. New silence hunting rifle sound effect is great. Thanks, Zesir. We took some feedback from that in the beginning. People thought they were a bit laser beamy to start with. We also changed it now so the silencer won't block your sight on the hunting rifle, should you not have a sight equipped. Yeah, it sounds a lot more meaty, doesn't it? Good game. Thank you for the comment. What about the lag with a lot of bots around? Performance tweaks are something that we're always going to continue doing. There were some in the recent update that went out, and there'll always be further tweaks. There's always improvements we can make there, so definitely they're coming. Hi guys, greeting from Rodeo. My question is, did I start the game with a new character because I missed some missions? I'm sorry, Crazy Target. I'm not sure entirely what you mean there. If you get in touch with us at support.generation0.com, we can try and talk to you via emails. Probably easier than on stream. Thank you. Hello, first time checking on the stream. Well, welcome. Big Gen Z fan here. Absolutely love it. Much appreciated keep playing new stuff in the game and keep expanding the world in different ways. Seems like also listen to the feedback from the community, which is lovely. Can't wait for more things to come in the nearest future of this game. Keep it up, fellas. Shut the paw. Thank you, Narendra. Thank you for the kind words.
These are new too, right? Like, I know the walls were here, but
the walls are here, but I don't think
these
broader ones.
No, I think that's new too.
The
nice.
walls have always been there. We spent a lot of time in this field doing the trailer recording,
yeah.
didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me not as much as you. I was the fill-in.
Yeah. Hi, Christian here, one of your voice actors in the game. I haven't had time to play the game yet, but I really love your work. I'd love to come back for more. Hey, Christian. Nice to see you, dude. Thank you for dropping in to say hi. Just be careful if we're talking about which characters were played. We don't want spoilers in the stream. Are there any new features aside from the camera? I haven't played in a couple of weeks, only because I've been too busy. Main features, there's not like a huge highlight feature as such. It's more lots of incremental changes to making the overall thing feel better. Put it that way. Photo mode as a larger feature made it because it was something that was pretty much done almost on launch. Larger features are going to come in the future. For now, we're more focused on overall tweaks and changes and bug fixes that can make the whole thing feel better rather than just one sort of new standalone feature, let's say. And I like to think we've made a lot of progress in that direction. I mean,
more detail?
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because when you think about it, you're looking for it. And then you have
this is true.
Trying to have a mental snapshot of how it looked before.
That's right. There's probably
some of the devs is probably chuckling.
Yeah.
Like,
no, silly, silly. But thanks. Yeah. I feel like the loot's balanced well now. I'm not getting crazy amounts of stuff.
Loot is something that's continuously been tweaked.
Yeah.
Patch to patch.
And I really like it. It's good.
I think now is the time to put Generation Zero. I'm going to be honest. First build download tonight. Ooh, yeah. but it's not going to set my pounds down. Well, we appreciate that at least, Dillinger. Thank you.
Hey, the Delahorster's not on here anymore. And there's a... The bench wasn't there, right?
The bench was there.
It was there, was it?
Yes.
Huh.
Hey lads, go Australia in the World Cup. Hiya, Shane.
Them be fighting words.
Robots across the walls, is it corrected? Duval, we've made some improvements to that. More improvements will be coming in June. I think the largest improvement to that will be in June.
Sorry. I'll bet in Hador.
Y2XD, you'll have to wait and see what the empty island connected to the main one in the east is. I mean, of course, we're talking about the world as it is now. It makes sense that in the future, once we've, fixed the base community feedback points and bugs, that we might look at expanding the world at a later date. I think that's quite possible. Has the flying by mission been fixed? Go check it out, Fire Solstice. I've been reading social media today and a lot of folks have said, thank you, it works now. So go and take a peek, I would say.
And this here, beautiful. I know so many people at the start missed this glue
it,
here.
yes.
So that is really good.
So this is the thing, because we wanted to create a game that was more reminiscent of the games we used to play, where
Yes.
you'd have to explore and you get rewarded for exploring.
Yeah.
Whereas those of you who have become a bit more used to the modern system of games, like
Yes.
following check markers around, we kind of had to find a middle ground where
When you
it wasn't too different from what people are used to nowadays. I personally love the games where you had to try and dig around
Yeah.
to find stuff.
Yeah, me too.
But some folks, not so patient for that kind of gameplay nowadays. So we're tweaking, trying to keep a bit of blend of the two, I think, is the thing.
Gee, what have I got to do?
PS4 player from day one. Love the game, loving the updates and tweaks. Keep plugging away the fixes. The community
Farms,
appreciate it.
ambition,
Thank you,
farms.
Chris. That's really nice to hear.
Okay, Steenhagen.
When aiming down sights is very zoomed in. Can you change that? It does zoom in a little bit. If it's too much, then we can perhaps take that as feedback. Yeah. The Y2XD, we answered that question a couple of times now. Feel free to flick back in the VOD and you
Ooh.
can see the answer.
Ooh.
You guys nailed the old school style, which I love. Great to hear, Dead Red.
Gad.
Oh.
What? I like that.
Fire Solstice, building layouts in general is something, again, the team are taking a look at. But of course, it being strange that a bathroom has the house has a weird floor plan is not so high up in the list of things that we want to fix, like crashes or various other issues. So that's the kind of thing we'll probably look into as time goes on and we're dealing with less critical stuff.
Yeah.
Can we get a cassette player? Play the mixtapes you find. That'd be pretty cool. Where are we? And yeah, to echo, you probably need to make it very clear that you don't ignore bug fixing into photo mode, but it was already quite finished. Too many people are spreading this false statement. Yeah, Greg, my job is unfortunately often fighting people who are self-made experts spreading misinformation.
Whoa.
And that is, yes, categorically false. Photo mode was pretty much ready to go. It just needs some tweaks before it went out. It wasn't like we spent the last month developing photo mode and ignoring everything else.
No.
That is completely incorrect. Feel free to clip this and show people if you
Yeah,
like.
just
It was a feature that was pretty much ready to go at launch, but then we refocused and kind of stuck it on a shelf. And we had a developer that wouldn't have been useful to be working on bug fixes. Instead, this was more their focused area of expertise who could do some things like photo mode. So the important thing to remember as well, a dev team is made up of many different disciplines. All of them are awesome at what they do. In some points, some developers are less required for a particular functional feature than others.
that's cool.
This is awesome.
that is so cool.
So yeah, it doesn't make sense for us to have an artist sat around doing nothing when we're working hard fixing tech bug kind of problems. So, there's always going to be something we want to keep our team working on. So what do you think happened here, Matt?
Truck crashed into... Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Truck's going too fast around this hairpin.
Yeah.
Drifts out, smacks into the rock.
Yeah.
Logs fall out, makes a roadblock. The police comes to help out. Ambush.
All goes downhill.
All goes pear-shaped.
Will there be PvP added someday? Very unlikely, Cliff. This is meant to be a PvE co-op game from the outset.
Right, I'm thinking... Oh no, I got no ammo left. That's a problem.
Are you going to add DLC to the game? I'm not going to complete the game, but totally buy it. Cringe. DLC is something we'll start talking about when we feel the game is in a suitable position to do so. We don't want to start talking to folks about buying more things when we know that so many people are having, strong feedback. So, in the future, probably very likely. Right now, no, because we want to concentrate on making the game it can be as good as it can be right now. Is it on work on the PS4 update? Because most of you got play since last night. Yes, Chris. I've said earlier quite a few times. You might have missed it. Sorry for that. It's a big focus of us right now. It's not anyone working. It's most of the people working on fixing that PS4 issue. So, yes, it's a big priority for us now. Yes, ML. That's welcome. You're welcome to that opinion, buddy. And I don't fault you for that at all. I'm just explaining to you our thinking on it.
Yee!
Cool, hold your heads up high, dev team. Well, thank you.
Oh, this is not going to go so good. Right. It's either I die or this dies. Oh.
I said it on Twitter, I did see that Northlander, but what I love about Dune Zero is the fact it doesn't hold your hand, it reminds you of Stalker. Yeah, I saw that post, and yeah, that's good. When making the game, where did you get the 1980s Sweden armed robots idea from? I mean, the team is made up of, for the most part, Swedes. We're a Swedish studio. Our game director, Emil, he grew up in 1980s Sweden. He explored these kind of environments playing as a kid. Sci-fi is always an interest, and yeah, it kind of went from there, really. Zombies was overdone. Aliens didn't feel right. Machines and the story we could tell with them, it felt like the right thing to do. Why always playing the game from starting island? Afraid to get crashes?
Come on, man.
Ajaxo, we know that folks have crashes, and we have fixed some in this patch, and we'll continue fixing more. But we've actually gone off the starting island in the last stream. This stream now, we've restarted from fresh entirely, just because we wanted to show you the starter island reworks that we've been doing.
Like
and again, these kind of reworks will be coming throughout the map as we continue to update. Look around the car, they're a really cool thing. Like, go around to the side. F.
Nice. Ate it.
Yeah.
I think judging on the skid marks, I probably called it right.
Yeah.
It looks like it was too fast.
Tried doing.
Oh my god, there's a rock.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I really love the.
Oh, hang on, it was getting shot at.
Okay, it was
so
helped off the road. Yeah.
Yeah, and so maybe there's a dead driver in here, maybe.
If he hasn't been scooped out.
Okay.
Oh no,
yeah,
he's been taken elsewhere.
Hey, and the bullet holes came through the cab. Yes, I love detail like that.
Yes.
Oh. That is so cool. Well, they even put the logging stamps on. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Matt used to work in
yeah,
Arbory,
they've got the grades on them. All these blue tags.
So Matt's now going to educate you on what these mean.
No, I don't understand the Swedish system, but
no.
It's so the mill knows the quality of them.
These are the good ones. These are the bad ones. These got massive knots in. These ones don't. That kind of thing. Okay. Would there be a chance we leave permanent bullet holes like in those? I'd like to mark up the world a bit more. Are there any games that do permanent deformation bullet holes? I mean, the problem is that you're basically, I don't know, maybe if it's like a Minecraft style where it rebuilds the entire world, but technically that's a lot of resource hog for minimal benefit, so I would probably give a hard no right there, I'm sorry to say. Could we have the option to press for interacting instead of holding? We did talk about that last week's stream. The reason it's as it is now is to stop like double interaction. If it's sort of click to interact, you can sometimes double click and get unintended consequences. Maybe that's something you could do as a toggle, click versus hold to interact. That might make sense. So you can choose yourself.
Oh, there's more here.
Time for Matt to get wrecked.
I got this. I got this.
He's got this. Looks like I need to go to starting and look at these things again, especially now that the loot now. So this is the intention, Pert. So we want to encourage you to kind of revisit different locations, explore the world, and the world will keep changing to some extent as we keep making improvements to it. So, of course, the Starter Iron is what we focused on this month, but we want to continue this kind of change as we go on. Good job. Good job. Graham doesn't notice me, Rip. Oh, Bigfoot. Sorry. Sorry, Bigfoot. Hello, how you doing?
Mr. Foot.
I hope you're doing good today.
Oh, it's doing the zig and zag. I know that was what I do. Oop.
Yeah, I mean the Tenebris. It's I'd say if we were to register like bullet holes on everything throughout the world,
Knock myself out there.
through you know, tens to hundreds of hour play session, it unfortunately isn't something that's realistic. Sorry to say. Hopefully, put some vehicles in like a motorcycle. Injustice 477. That's feedback we've definitely been taking on board. Lots of folks have said they'd love to see vehicles of some description. Perhaps in the future, when we've moved away from this kind of core bug fixing, quality of life fixes, content like that is definitely something we could look into in the future.
I was getting wrong churches mixed up.
Gayton, you don't need to type like that, buddy. We understand what you're writing. We are working on it. Yes, we are.
Nice.
I'm doing great. That at work. Already want to go home. Nice. Always nice to look forward to your relaxing evening. PS4 version has not been fixed yet. P13. The team is working on that as an absolute priority right now. How many hours have to elapse until loot resets? Players tonight when I started the game today, loot was still empty. So it's going to be a few in-game hours. So you'll need to move around. Or leave your console on overnight. Where's .50 is asking Charlie Delta. You can go and ask our community offline. We're not going to give you tips online, unfortunately. We'd like you to explore and find things. But if you really desperately need to know, you can ask folks in social media or our Discord or check on the wiki. Perhaps you might find information.
Have I got any skill points?
I feel like if they do add vehicles, the fuel should be super rare to actually enjoy running through the world. I mean, of course, there's always the fact they could be optional whether you want to use them or not, but that's something we do think about is once you add vehicles, we kind of devalue that experience of you traversing the world. So this is the new...
That's so beautiful.
Yeah,
so good.
Nice. Did a great job. I really appreciate what you're doing. We put a lot of time giving updates for our streams community and actually make changes to the game with feedback, which most devs don't. Nothing is perfect, but GZ is well on the way to be showing a lot of support from Qualefdio, Tack för att nya Generation Zero game. Thank you, Rixial. Thank you for the kind words. Gotta run. Okay, Bigfoot. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, and this is the thing as well. You're going to find hunters on the starting island.
Yes! Wait, we got this. We got this. And do this old chestnut. Have I got any ammo for this? Don't think so. Alright.
Have you tweaked the 50 cal yet? Similar to how you tweak explosion mechanics? Not in this update, no. I didn't quite make it. I mean, there is a limit to how much we can do in a development cycle, so we did what we could. But of course, we're still taking feedback about the fact that some of you feel the 50 cal could be better. But the important thing to think about the 50 cal is it has a lot better fall off. At ranges, it's a heck of a lot better than the other rifles. I think a lot of people expect it to do a lot of more damage full stop, and I'd say that was a reasonable assumption. But the main ability of the 50 cal is
it's not supposed to come in from the side, Graham. What's going on here? They changed.
No, it's come. I mean, the thing is, they will go for the thread, but for the radio, they will also retarget as well. Okay, now they found the flare.
Oh, man.
Needed more boom.
Yeah, way more boom. They've definitely given that a nice trim down.
Love this song, says Hobby Science.
Oh, Shiza. I think we're going to have my first death there. I don't understand.
Nice to meet you too, saying about the fact that you have to restart for some of the bug fixes. So the May update, we fixed a lot of bugs, and in some of the mission bugs, yes, it will only affect people going the first time through. But you don't necessarily have to reset your entire save if you can wait for the June update. It's more we wanted to get all the fixes we could out right away, but in order to get it so it can retroactively fix for people, that was going to take a bit more time. So this is kind of step one of the fixes. If you are willing to wait until June, then the June update should make them retroactively fix for you.
I got...
I know Gen 0 isn't a survival game in the current sense, but that reduced loot drop will really add that much needed tension, increasing the need to explore. That was the goal, Northland,
yeah,
for sure.
100%.
I mean, you know, it did feel like...
feeling the same here.
Yeah, you're getting the pressure a bit more.
Like, to be honest with you, if I... now, if I could do that again, I would have avoided that contact and gone around the side, I think.
Yeah.
Which is,
and that's the kind of choices you should be making.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'm not ready for this fight right now.
No, I was expecting the kaboom, chain kaboom of all kabooms, and he didn't run in from the intended
TK needs a
direction.
bigger stick to poke the machines with.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I absolutely enjoy a game and waiting for a game that takes place in the 80s. Thank you, P13. When you'll add in more machines, asked Wyatt. Again, content stuff is probably going to come in the medium to long-term future. Right now, we're very much focused on fixing performance issues, crashes that people might be having, quality of life improvements, and reacting to community feedback. Content-related stuff is going to be a bigger thing that's going to take a little bit longer to come out.
I see fire.
Same goes to that with questions about new areas on the map to play. That's something that's not a priority right now, but of course that's going to happen with enough time if you folks have the interest.
Oh, are you... Wait, it's it.
Stop replying to ML, not good to feed trolls. It, you know, kill with kindness. That's what we say, you know.
What is going on here?
I mean, if someone's upset with the purchase they made, that does not mean that they're a troll. I can understand why someone might be upset if they're having problems with a game that they really want to enjoy. You know, everyone's opinion counts. Of course, the most important thing is how you bring your opinion across. But all feedback, both positive and negative, is useful to us as a dev team. So
Either meteorite, a bit more plausible. Rolled on by a rock, I think.
yeah, that was actually new then. Yeah. It is set in 1989, Jeff.
Another hunter there. Or the same hunter, rather. There.
Did you plan on optimizing inventory management adapt UI for consoles? Hi, Rainbow.
What is that?
UI and inventory management on the whole is definitely on our list of things to work with. Yes. Exactly, Hobby Science. That was the point I was making there. Someone being negative isn't necessarily a bad thing. They're upset because they made a purchase that they have a problem with, and I can understand that. But again, just as long as everyone keeps it constructive, I have no problems with people being critical.
You can't see me. I'm John Cena. Okay,
Oh,
you
nope.
can see me.
Busted.
I'm not John Cena.
Okay, Wyatt, we'll bear that one in mind, dude.
I just can't help myself, can I? Really? Oh, I don't have any first aid kits now.
How long
either.
do you plan on doing these streams? We'll keep doing these streams as long as you folks are interested in Generation Zero. So we have no plan of stopping them. They'll be every week, except for holidays. Our mission bugs that were identified in week 1 still present in the game. Potentially ML, because some bugs are bigger than others, and some take longer development time than others. I don't know what your experience of game development is, or how game development processes work, but some things can be fixed quickly, some things simply take longer to resolve, or are a symptom of a bigger problem. If something doesn't get fixed immediately on the second, it's not because we don't want to, it's because there's something that's stopping us from being able to, be it due to sheer amount of time needed to find a solution, or maybe there's other factors that have to come into play. So, I mean, I'd like to think that the progress we are making from month to month does show that we have good intentions and we really do want to improve this experience. And we'd love to fix everything that affects everyone at the same time, but unfortunately, just the realities of how things work, it can take longer. And we're very sorry, but we are doing our absolute best.
Should I?
If you have any, recommendations on game development, well, take a tips. No.
What have we got? 6 minutes left. No, I better go get the save house here, I suppose.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I really want to go and keep poking that hunter and see if I can kill him.
Yeah, Robert John, I'm starting to feel that now as well myself. I think it's gone past the point of being friendly negative criticism to trolling, so. Thank you so much for the consistency with the live streams and the hard work on the updates. As an early purchase again, I really appreciate it. Great to hear. RIP.
Finally,
Adrenaline shot,
death.
which are now more precious than they used to be.
Yeah.
And indeed, goodness, some bug fixing can create other bugs that need to be fixed too. It's all
dear.
part of a big picture, and we have a team full of professionals who are well versed in knowing what to do and not to do. So we have a plan. Crysin, how can I complete spiking the guns without deleting characters? Been 120 plus hours on. Please help. Every time making a character, the mission is still bugged. Please help. Hi, Crysin. So we made some fixes to a lot of missions in this update. Some of them weren't retroactive, so they won't fix it for those of you who've had a problem. We could have hold all the fixes until next month, where we could do that, but rather than hold what would help new players, we thought to release this, and then next update we will be, hopefully, as it looks now, introducing some corrections that will retroactively fix these missions for you. So don't delete your character, maybe sort of take part in some of our activities, exploring, etc., and we will aim to get that fixed in June. Thank you guys, this is indeed a good way to keep updated. Well, thank you, Daily Hug. What a great name. PS4. Charlie, we're working on PS4 issues. It's a priority for us, and I'm very sorry that you are having trouble. Whoa. Wow.
Hey, there was a new thing, right? Destroy the
windows and things.
I said destroy the machines. Oh wait,
no,
what am I talking about? Sorry, no, yeah,
yeah, that is a mission.
Do you know what was going on in my head? Was farming machinery.
Oh.
It's like, yeah.
Too much farm sim for that, man.
Yeah.
You guys have copped a lot from my update. Keep going, and you guys are great. Well, thank you.
You're great. Stop it.
Weekly streams are something AAA developers should really be doing. Cough, Anthem, cough, cough. Okay, hobby. Let's say we are small, but we like to think that we're doing what we can, where we can.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one.
You should do a cooldown using too many adrenaline shots, basically adding an overdose mechanic. That's a good idea. That's interesting. Great update, guys. And despite some naysayers, some non-loyal fans will stick to the game and eagerly await more updates. Well, thank you. And again, Robert John, saying about naysayers, we don't have problems with people who are perhaps a bit upset with us or have genuine feedback, criticism. We understand that. I mean, we do know that some folks must be frustrated because there are some problems with it.
It actually comes from passion.
Exactly.
People show it in weird ways.
As I say, as long as it's kept constructive and people are willing to listen to us and not spreading falsities, etc., then people are allowed to be angry.
Holy dooly. Okay, so what have we got left?
I've never seen someone so good with that pistol. Teach me the ways.
Aim down the sights.
We got 3 minutes left, Matt. So,
all right. Well,
how long are you going to stream? We'll be wrapping up shortly. I'm sorry to say, Best Gaming.
Yeah.
I mean, for the long run, this game is so much fun. Thank you. Landscape, explosions, and general atmosphere are the 3 best things in this game. Nice. Name brand weapons are unlikely, Charlie Delta, mainly due to sort of licensing issues. Licensing for weapons like that is going to be very expensive and very complex, and not really. The goal you would get from that is not, unfortunately, worth the effort that would be required to make it happen, let's say. It's better to put those resources into other areas to improve the game, generally.
I can hear a tick.
With regards to bug missions, the ones that have been fixed, if I haven't started them, they work now. Yes, they should work now if you haven't started them, Northlander. Yes. We'll catch you on the next one. Good to see you, Jeff. Thank you for dropping this time, and we'll be happy to see you next time.
Ooh!
I missed that. Did you
Tricky.
blow up a bit fast?
It was a
explosive tick.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wouldn't normally have seen these before either.
It took me by.
Looking forward to jumping back in, maybe make a new character to try out the new update. I'm going to be doing just that myself, actually.
Where have you gone? Where have you gone? Oh. Okay, so this game used to have chill moments, And I'm glad to say it doesn't really have so many chill moments
The
now.
action is a lot more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you have to be really on the ball all the time, and like usually I'd have had a crazy amount of explosives and fun. Like
Yeah.
now I've got like good tools to use, but I have to think about what I'm using.
Mm.
And I mean, like I've only picked up 2 explosive cans.
Yeah. So you can't just go,
No, I
go
mean you
nuts.
guys have seen some of me trying things against tanks and all sorts of stuff like that.
Yes.
It's going to be a much different playthrough this time for sure.
Yes. Wondering. Sorry, I'm gonna go off chat just 1 second. I'm just opening up another tab here. Just want to see. I've had to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove this person because they've gone past the point of being critical, and they're definitely entering troll territory.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of that.
If you guys are new to Avalanche Studios and stuff, we have a really good work along really hard
We
to get
work
a strong.
very hard to get a good community.
Yeah, and we just don't have any tolerance for trolling and stuff like that. Obviously, like Graham said, opinions and things like that we actually really like to hear because we care about our games, and so your negative feedback is actually important to us as well. But it's when you come rude and it's unnecessary. That's not. It's not what we're about.
Or refusing to listen to what we're saying, or spreading falsities. That's something we won't accept. But negative feedback, we will never delete that because it's useful for us.
Exactly.
It makes us improve.
Yeah.
It makes the game better for you. Yes, but you won't see that one anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, I've cleared that guy out now, Dead Red. He shouldn't be a problem anymore. Sorry about that. But yeah, we like to keep a clean house. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good place to leave it. Opened up the safe house.
Love to
so,
see concert t-shirts printed to mirror the various posts and houses. Long Strange Trip. You can actually get one in the Generation Zero Collector's Edition, as a matter of fact. Is it possible you support streamers and merchandise? We don't really have any merch. I'm sorry to say, Crazy Target, except for these, which are community giveaway stuff that we're going to be doing quite soon. Stay tuned to our social media next week. Join our Discord. We'll be doing some stuff there. Negative feedback is actually positive. It is. It is positive to us because any kind of feedback, be it positive or negative, is all information. And what we deal is in information and turning information, hopefully, into a great game that you folks can enjoy. So, yes.
Yeah, sweet as.
Great stream, my dudes. Thanks as always. Appreciate the game and all the hard work you guys are doing. Well, thank you to all of you. And I'm glad that I think the team will be very happy to see that. Like I said, we know we have things to be working on still. We're not done yet. And I hope these 2 solid patches behind us now hopefully shows that good intention from us. And as for PS4 users, again, we're currently working on the PS4 issues as a priority, and we will let you know on our channels as soon as things are worked. I didn't kick him first of all, Dead Red. I just muted him, but now I've kicked him because he was causing you problems. There's one thing he attacks us. It's not. You can't attack our fans.
Nope.
Sorry. We got your back.
We got you.
Yeah, any news next update would entail. We'll let you know that in good time. See you all next week, and thank you so much as ever for joining in. It's been fun. Bye-bye.